All right, on tonight's episode of Python Papi, we're back inside our artificial intelligence course, and we're still going over our natural language module. Let's have a look at what we went over tonight. Now, last night, if you recall, we went over the process of giving our words attention and then adding the value to those words based on the attention that it receives. So you can see here that our words here are what is the capital of Massachusetts, and these are the values based on the attention that each word received: 0.04, 0.02, 0.01, and so on and so forth. And recall that each of the input words is associated with one of the hidden state context vectors, capturing information about the sentence up until that point, but primarily focus on the word in that word in particular. So this is our hidden states here, and these are the values associated with the attention that that word got, like I just said, and these are the actual words. And so what we can do now is if we have all of these vectors and we have values representing how important it is for us to pay attention to those particular vectors, is we can take a weighted average. We can take all of those vectors, multiply them by their attention scores, and then add them up to get some new vector value, which is going to represent context from the input, but specifically paying attention to the words that we think are most important. And once we've done that, that context vector can be fed into a decoder in order to say what word should be next. In this case, Boston. As you can see here, to move down so you can see the entire grid. So you can see here, we have our word, we have our weighted value from all of the attention that that word got, and we have this here, our hidden state, and we're going to add that to the next one. We add that to the next one, we so on and so forth. That's going to equal our final hidden input or our final hidden state, which is going to produce a word that should most likely appear next, and the capital is. In this case, is going to be Boston. So attention is this very powerful tool that allows any word where we're trying to decode it to decide which words from the input we should pay attention to in order to determine what's important for generating the next word of the output. And one of the first places this was really used was in the field of machine translation. And so when we continue the attention mechanism with the recurrent neural network, we can get very powerful and useful results where we're able to generate an output sequence by paying attention to the input sequence too. But there are other problems with this approach of using a recurrent neural network as well. In particular, notice that every run of the neural network depends on the output of the previous step. And that was important for getting a sense for the sequence of words and the ordering of those particular words, but we can't run a unit of the neural network until after we've calculated the previous hidden state. So let me show you really quickly what that's saying. So it's saying, you see how we have, let me show you the actual grid so we don't get lost. So you see here, let's say we were looking at this word here, we wouldn't be able to calculate this word here until we actually calculated this word here. So everything has to go in sequence. We can't skip ahead and we can't go out of order. Everything is in order with the recurrent neural networks. So that's what that's saying there. Let me go back down, finish the reading. Okay, and what that means is that it's very difficult to parallelize this process, that as the input sequence get longer and longer, we might want to use parallelism to try and speed up this process of training the neural network and making sense of all of this language data. But it's difficult to do that, and it's slow to do that with the recurrent neural network because of all of it needs to be performed in a sequence, like I just said. If it's large, there's a very large input of words or context, we'd have to go through every step one by one. We couldn't skip ahead and we couldn't go out of order, so that could take actually long to do. Now, that's all the reading I'm going to do tonight. We took a few more notes, but I'm going to leave it there for the night. We will pick it up tomorrow, and of course, I will keep you posted every step of the way. But for now, this is the Python Poppy. You guys stay Gucci.